It's just so loud. There it is.
Most people go camping to escape the hustle and bustle of their everyday life, to commune with the beauty of nature and rediscover themselves in the quiet. But sometimes quiet can turn into an ever-evolving nightmare. Just ask these men who encounter something very creepy. Case number 1. On December 14th, 2025, two urban explorers from the YouTube channel 2Swag, known for exploring abandoned and dangerous places, went to the coast of Sicily, Italy to check out a large abandoned ship. However, their simple exploration quickly turned tense.
Holy crap, this boat is freaking huge.
Yeah, it's tilting. It's tilting into the water.
Come on, full force, let's go. Uh-oh. I think that's security, dude. Dude, that's a brand new generator. Dude, that's actually security, I think.
Yeah.
I'm so serious.
Why the barricaded in.
Yeah, they're all workers, they have headgear on and shit. You can see them.
Surprisingly, the ship they had assumed was abandoned was far from it. In fact, it was bustling with workers, indicating that it was an active industrial site. They decided to find a way to the upper levels without being noticed, but that was when the situation nearly escalated.
Hello. Ciao.
Can we not be here?
Hello.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Ma chi siete?
English?
Ma che ci fate qua?
Tourist.
Tourist?
Tourist.
Oh, sta con questo video! Bongo! Che Giulio qua sta facendo un video, si muore, non sta questo ragazzi.
Hello.
Sta facendo un video. Ma come siete entrati?
English?
No English!
What are you doing?
Oh, picture.
Video. Oh, no?
No, okay.
No video!
This is over the boss. Oh, hello, sorry.
Yes. We take pictures. Tourists. Pictures.
Sorry, sir.
No.
Oh, no? Okay.
How the fuck you got here? From where they came?
Where are you?
How you get here?
With the raft.
With the raft?
We got a raft and we rode on the raft.
But you cannot get on board.
Yeah.
Okay. You're not allowed.
United States, sir.
Like onto the boat or like?
Are you guys filming? Vegan making?
Yeah.
Have you taken photos?
No.
I have
We have a few, but like no.
Please delete them now.
Okay.
They
Well,
came for filming. So please show me what you have taken as photos.
he's calling the cops. This is not a good idea. This is not a good idea.
We should have just left. Okay, go, 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 go. Just throw all your shit on, let's go. Alright, where was the car? Go, 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 go. Just cut the fucking road. We're sorry. We'll leave, we're leaving. A night? Yeah. No, dude, god damn it. We're leaving.
The workers surrounded the explorers and demanded that all footage be erased, threatening to involve the police. Although the explorers managed to escape, the demand to delete the footage and how quickly things escalated raises questions about what was really happening on the ship. Were the explorers just trespassing, or did they interrupt activities that shouldn't have been recorded? I'm curious about your thoughts on this situation. Case number 2. Kristen, a TikToker with a passion for camping and hiking, decided to embark on an overnight adventure on Australia's highest mountain. Venturing out alone, she set up her campsite, hoping for a serene and peaceful night under the stars. However, as darkness fell, she encountered something far from the tranquility she had anticipated.
I think I've slept one single minute the entire night. It's just so loud. There it is.
At first, she tried to brush off the disturbance as just the wind, but the sounds continued incessantly, as if someone was moving around her tent. Filled with fear, Kristen decided to stay inside, forcing herself to remain calm until dawn. The footage of her experience sparked reactions among viewers, with many claiming it was just the wind, while others suggested it could be wildlife, possibly a dingo. Some even wondered if it was a person roaming the mountain that night. Whatever the case may be, Kristen was grateful to have made it out safe and unharmed. Case number 3. On July 5th, 2023, the YouTube channel Motomills, renowned for documenting real-world dirt bike riding and crashes, shared a moment that astonished both riders and viewers alike. Check it out for yourself.
I just jumped over a dead person.
What's good? What's good? What's good?
Hey, wait. He's just knocked out. Okay, tilt his head up. Tilt his head up. He'll come. He's just knocked out. He's still breathing. He's still breathing. Is he breathing? Yeah, he's breathing. Okay. Just relax. Okay.
What's good?
Wait. Alright. I'll be right back, alright? Okay?
Please. Alright.
I will.
Yo, you think you can get it? Tell him not to.
The situation was already dangerous and every second counted. Realizing the urgency, one of the riders rushed off to seek medical help.
Dude's like dying on the double. Straight up.
Where
Water truck jump.
Huh?
Water truck jump. He's bad. Dude is dying on the water truck jump.
He's dying?
Yeah, he's dying.
He's dying? He's literally
He's been out for like 3 minutes. He's barely breathing. Can we get somebody to the water truck jump?
Where is it?
Water truck jump. Big double.
The back?
The big double.
Is somebody blocking there?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, you're alive. Thank God.
I think he's good. He just.
He wasn't good a minute ago.
Yeah.
You know where you're at?
¿Sabes dónde estás?
Where's he at?
¿Dónde estás? Robertson Trail. This is his first time here.
Okay, what year is it?
¿Qué año es? ¿Qué año es? ¿Qué año es? ¿Huh?
Does he know his name?
¿Sabes qué es tu nombre? ¿Qué es? Dile.
Oscar.
Okay.
Eso bien?
He's good.
Can you move your legs? Both your legs?
He jumped. He didn't know that jump was right there.
Oh.
Huh? ¿Te vas a gustar? He said he just wants to lay down. It's all on his head.
Eventually, he was helped off the track and taken for further evaluation. It was fortunate that those fellow riders were there when he needed assistance. Otherwise, the outcome could have been very different. While the rider would certainly feel grateful for having survived this ordeal, I'm sure this is an encounter he will never forget for the rest of his life. Case number 4. A group of hunters and their dogs ventured into the Scandinavian forest to track a wild boar. After some time, the dogs cornered one, and as a hunter moved in to capture it, an unexpected event unfolded. Was really fast. The hunter got a minor injury but was lucky it wasn't worse, since many have had much worse experiences. This close call shows how quickly a hunt can become dangerous. It makes you wonder, if a large animal was charging at you, would you hold your ground or rethink the risk right then? Case number 5. Tori Deluri is a US YouTuber and van camper. After a challenging week of van life, including being kicked out of her campsite and getting stuck in the mud, she faced an unexpected situation when she woke up at her new campsite.
I was resting in my bed, just like this, and I can only really see from down here, like a speck of the window, like pretty much lights passing. And I saw the cops, and I was just like, this is normal. You know, there's security guards at all of these Walmarts out here, which is not normal on the East Coast. So I didn't think much of it. So I reclosed my eyes, and then I hear, "Come out with your hands up." And at this point, I can see nothing around me, and all I know is that I can hear cop cars on both sides. I can see sirens in front, behind me. I can like tell I'm surrounded by cop cars. I have no idea what's going on. I have a sticker saying that I'm on private property and I need to leave, but that was a different place a millennia ago. So I was like, guys, like if you want me to leave, I'll leave. Like
She initially thought the police were calling her, so she stepped out of her van, only to realize she had entered a major police operation.
But then I just, I get up and I go to the front. They're not even looking at me. I'm just in the middle of all of it. I'm surrounded by like 10 cop cars. They're bringing out these big guns, these big dogs, and I have no idea what's going on, but there is a cop car pulled behind me on both sides of me, and there's a guy with a gun in front of me, and I see someone being arrested to the side. So I can see 2 aisles ahead of me, there is a guy in a vehicle, they're pulling him out, putting him in handcuffs, they're trying to get somebody else, and that's all I pretty much know. I tried to find like public records of what happened. I tried calling the Sam's Club, I tried contacting the police and like requesting a public note, whatever those things are called, and I can't find information on what happened anywhere, which is
She waited for a chance to leave, and when it came, she took it and left without problems. To this day, no one knows what happened that day. Case number 6. Meet Ellie, the creator of the YouTube channel Eleanor Grace Adventure, where she shares her solo wilderness explorations, including wild camping and abandoned locations in the UK. In May 2025, a simple evening hike and wild swim took an unexpected turn.
Everyone, you're joining me on the way. Well, we already are on Dartmoor, but we're heading somewhere that I've never been to before, but I really wanted to check out this evening. I was really looking forward to a sunny evening with a potential sunset, and it's just gone incredibly grey. Perfect time.
Ellie set up her camera, excited for the ideal wild swimming spot. Everything felt normal until it took a strange turn.
Oh God. The rocks are quite high and jagged. It's not overly deep. So you've got to be careful where you're putting your legs, really, or kicking your legs to swim. Oh, this is so nice though. Loads and loads of like planes and military helicopters and stuff above me. There's a really weird noise coming from up there. I don't know if someone's wild camping and pumping up something, because that's what I can hear. It sounds like that, either that or it's extremely loud, heavy panting. God, I hope it's someone wild camping.
The strange noises continued, making Ellie increasingly uncomfortable. She quickly changed into her dry clothes, feeling vulnerable and alone. Unable to identify the source of the sounds, she realized that her experience was enough to deter even a seasoned solo explorer from returning.
It's just a little bit strange, so I'm just going to have a wander in and make sure that there's nothing nasty going on. There was a backpack there, a sun umbrella, some trekking poles, and then I spotted the leg bones completely stripped.
They're still on the tree. Usually they're ones that are worth cut.
I'm opening the door. Who's there?
Out in the wilderness, danger does not always announce itself. Sometimes it appears without sound, without warning, and without mercy. From silent discoveries and unexplained sounds to human threats and near-death experiences, each case proves how thin the line is between survival and disaster. This is 5 intense wilderness encounters caught on cameras that are real. Case number 1. On August 2nd, 2025, at the Pacific Crest Trail near Burney Falls, Northern California. On Paul and a Pack, a YouTube channel focused on long-distance hiking, a thru hiker shares one of the most disturbing days ever recorded on the Pacific Crest Trail.
Morning, everyone. It's Saturday morning and it's about 7:15. In about 15 minutes, I should be getting a ride back to the trail with the motel manager from here. I stayed an extra night in Burney. I only intended to do 1, but I ended up doing 2. Basically because I ran out of time to do stuff. There was way too much to do. I had 5 videos to edit and upload. I had to go to the post office twice, do a resupply for 2 sections. And it just left me too much to do in like the time I had. So, as it turns out, I'm pretty glad that I did stay an extra night, because yesterday was pretty eventful. So I had to switch rooms yesterday because I was in a room with 2 beds yesterday, and they needed that, so they needed to switch me into a room with just 1 bed. I couldn't get into that until 4:30 yesterday, even though it was supposed to be about 12:30 because there was a maintenance issue with it. I later found out the maintenance issue is that as soon as you put anything in the toilet and try to flush it, it blocks. So that's been interesting. And then also last night, I would say maybe 6:30 or 7ish, something like that, it started raining, thundering and lightning, and it was a pretty big storm. Like, some of those cracks of thunder were massive, and I was sat out.
He starts the morning calm and tired, leaving a small motel town and heading back onto the PCT after a night of heavy storms and power cuts. Everything feels quiet and fresh after the rain. The trail looks peaceful, almost too peaceful.
I was Kennedy Meadows South. Tried to do the Sierras for about 4 days, but there was too much snow. So we came out and we skipped up. We did Washington northbound, and then we came back and we did Oregon southbound, by which time our visas, I was hiking with an Aussie girl, we both had the same length of time on our visas. By which time we got to the Oregon NorCal border, and we only had about two weeks left on our visas. So what we decided to do was kind of cherry pick some areas that we wanted to go to. And one of the areas that we wanted to go to was Burney Falls. And we got ourselves to Burney. We got ourselves sorted out after a couple of days, and we set off exactly where I'm setting off now, down this trail. We got to Burney Falls, and for some unknown reason...
As he walks under tall trees near a rocky volcanic area, he notices something strange off the trail. From far away, it looks like trash, maybe an old sleeping bag. There is no sound, no movement. Something feels wrong, so he slowly walks closer.
So I've just come from this direction, walking down this trail here, and to the side of me is this big volcanic feature. I'm going to guess it's either a sill or a dike. I can't remember the difference between them. But just through here on some of the rocks, there seems to be a big pile of... It kind of looks like trash, but it also looks like it could be a sleeping bag. And I can't see anyone there. It's just a little bit strange, so I'm just going to have a wander in and make sure that...
That is when the mood changes. Up close, he sees hiking gear, a backpack, trekking poles, a sun umbrella, Then he sees bones, a leg bone, white and clean. His voice breaks. He steps back in shock.
There's nothing nasty going on. Hello? Oh my goodness me. Oh no. Oh no.
When he turns to leave, trying to understand what he is seeing, he notices a skull nearby. That moment confirms everything. These are human remains. A hiker, someone who never made it out.
It was something I didn't expect at all. I've heard of it happening a couple of times on the trail this year so far, but I didn't think it would happen to me. I've just found somebody's remains at the side of the trail. And when I say the side of the trail, kind of like off that side of the trail, maybe 50 feet or so. I thought it was a pile of trash to start with, and I thought I would just go and investigate. When I got closer to it, it became obvious that it was the remains of a hiker. There was a backpack there, a sun umbrella, some trekking poles, and then I spotted the leg bones completely stripped. The tent was there, you know, all the sort of stuff you would associate with a through hiker or a long section hiker. And then when I turned around to leave the scene to get back to the trail to figure out what to do, that's when I spotted the skull. And that just obviously confirmed everything.
2 other hikers arrive from behind. Together, they stay back and refrain from touching anything. One of them calls emergency services with a weak signal. The area is difficult to access, located miles from the road. The site is lightly marked so officers can find it later.
There was a couple behind me, Adam and Jennifer, thank goodness. They helped me out, and Adam called 911. He had a little bit of service, and there's some deputies coming out to meet us. Just the thing, we're kind of in the middle of a section that's difficult, a little bit more difficult to get to roads-wise. So it's going to be about 3 miles to the road where the deputies are coming in from, I believe. Adam's marked the site with some TP, toilet paper, and some sticks. And as I say, we didn't disturb anything. We just kind of looked from a distance. But it's an awful, awful thing, obviously.
He keeps walking, but his mind cannot let go. He cannot understand how no one found them earlier. The sun umbrella makes it worse. It means the person likely died in warm weather, not winter. That thought stays with him all day.
What happened this morning all the time, but I just don't understand it. I can't get my head around it, because it wasn't that far off trail. That was easily visible to anyone walking past, especially northbound. I don't know about southbound, especially northbound on that trail. I can't believe that nobody has seen that and not reported it sooner. And the thing that really doesn't make any sense to me, I could understand it if there was a lot of winter gear there. Like, if the person, whoever it was, had been hiking during bad weather, you know, like a snowstorm or in the winter or something like that, and fallen and got trapped, or just something had happened, you know. But the fact that they had a sun umbrella with them, they're very, very distinctive. And you don't carry them in the winter. You only carry them when it's hot. So it's just really strange to me that the remains had been there, I think anyway, from probably this time last year. I mean, I just don't know, but it's very, very odd that it's not been reported.
Later, as the trail goes on through deep forest and long climbs, the fear does not fully leave. Every sound feels louder. Every empty campsite feels heavier. He hikes until night, pushing himself to reach a safe place to sleep.
Welcome back, everyone. It's a little after 3 p.m. now. I've just checked the app and I am just past mile 1430. Means I've done roughly 18 miles so far today. I've just been coming up a really big climb actually. It's been...
By evening, he finally stops. He admits the day changed him. He says the trail can give beauty, but it can also show dark truths without warning. He ends by hoping the family of the lost hiker finally gets answers.
Meaning we've done 30.8 miles today, so it has just scraped in at a 30, which is what I was wanting. Very good. It's been a mixed bag today, obviously. I hope I've not upset anybody or distressed anybody with the video today. I do apologise if I have, and that really wasn't the intention, obviously. Just trying to record the truth of what happens and what can happen out here on the trail, because you genuinely never know.
This was not a ghost story. Nothing was exaggerated. That is what makes it frightening. On the Pacific Crest Trail, even in daylight, horror can be real and silent. With that being said, let's move on to our second footage for this video. Case number 2. On June 7th, 2015, at Dillon State Park in Ohio, this video was uploaded by Collins 2002, showing a normal day that slowly turned uneasy. He went into the woods to look for a specific tree. The park felt quiet, with only wind and birds around him. Nothing felt wrong at first. As he walked deeper on the trail, he talked calmly and checked the trees around him. The woods felt wide and empty, like no one else was nearby.
And somebody's built a berm for mountain biking. Goes around the trail. Must be some kids that aren't afraid it doesn't work. Oh! I bounced you off a rock. That rounded rock looks a little out of place.
Then a loud sound came from far inside the forest. It was deep, rough, and very strong. He stopped walking and tried to listen again.
If they're still on the tree, usually they're ones that are worth cut. I hope I got that on
The noise did not sound like any animal he knew.
audio, because I don't know what the hell that is. Like that's a, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but that's a big burrow right there, but it's, I'd have to have a chainsaw to get the damn.
A second loud noise broke the silence. It came from the same direction, almost like a call or a warning.
Thing off. Here's some. They're on a dead tree, but the problem you run into there is a lot of times, like that's a burrow right there. A lot of the times you end up cutting them off and they're rotting inside, and you end up wasting a lot of time. That one's probably 7 foot up, that big one I just showed you. Knock a damn tree down and be alright. It's not that dead yet. Ooh. La, 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 la. Oh, about started singing the Smurfs. La 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 la. I'm showing my age now. And there it is again. And I haven't the foggiest clue what the hell be making that noise out here.
He tried to think of what it could be, but nothing made sense. Ohio does not have animals that sound like that.
We don't have wild pigs. We sure shit ain't got no howler monkeys floating around these woods. I don't know, I suppose we could. People lose their damn animals all the time. Especially around Ohio.
For a moment he stood still, listening for footsteps or movement, but heard only the wind after the noise faded. He decided it was time to leave. Even after years of coming to this park, this was the first time the woods made him feel unsure.
I don't know if you all heard about big old dead something, got a bunch of woodpecker holes in it, but heard about the crazy guy letting all his tigers and shit out and then killing himself. He was my 6th grade teacher's husband. And pretty crazy. It didn't surprise us though. He's a bit of a nutcase. Was a bit of a nutcase. Well, I caught them sounds on video, so now I'm going to shut it off. That's why I was just walking around with yous. I was hoping to catch that on audio, that sound. I hope I did. It's probably just a bunch of kids messing around with. They probably bought some kind of Sasquatch call. They're real good at howling. I don't know. But I'm out at Dillon State Park. I don't know. Maybe somebody knows something out here that I don't. I've been coming out here my whole life, though. That's the first time I've ever heard that. Well, if I find any more burls, I'll try to get a video cutting some off. Later.
The sounds stayed behind him, but the feeling followed him out of the forest, leaving questions with no clear answers. Case number 3. On November 30th, 2024, in Yeso, New Mexico, the YouTube channel Alex Bugs Marentes this video. But this video didn't go as planned.
Now, let's get to it.
Starting to get dark. It's not totally dark yet. A lot of debris. So we're here, but it's dark inside here. That's for sure. So we're gonna explore it, see what it looks like, see if we detect anything. So this is the big room here. A lot of debris, furniture, that sort of thing going on here. Tumbleweeds, sound of the train. Anyways, this is the window. I'm going to show it to you. This window here has wire mesh. You can see it. See that? It's to keep people out. Me and my friend were standing right next to this window. We're getting ready to leave. And suddenly it was very quiet. Like right now the train is going by, so it's kind of loud in here.
Bugs reaches the small, empty town of Yeso and decides to explore an old general store, motel, and nearby abandoned house. The place feels wrong, even though nothing bad happens at first.
Okay, so let's check out this room to the left. This is assumed a motel, so you can see the rooms. It's missing the walls. The sheetrock is broken, but you can see the rooms that that is partitioned with a wall that is missing. There's one room here, another room here, and then here. Car went by. Not a lot of cars go by. I'm sure they're freaking out if they see light inside here. Okay. So we're gonna let me show you what this door says.
Inside the abandoned building, a door had suddenly slammed open earlier, very hard, not like the wind. The sound felt forced as something pushed it. He says it did not feel natural at all. Even then, he keeps exploring, trying to stay calm.
No rapes allowed downstairs. And the reason it says that is because this room here, see that? Rape, and then there's an arrow going into this big room here. I'm assuming this was the dining area. I heard a sound. Fuck. Could be a rat or something. I'm assuming this is the dining area. This is looks like a bathroom and maybe a shower. And then here's the the rape room. And there's some old, dirty mattress on the floor. The last time we were in here, there was some underwear, mostly female underwear scattered.
After checking the rooms and finding nothing clear or dangerous, Bugs leaves the building and goes back to his van. He plans to sleep there for the night, parked close to the place he just explored. When darkness fully settles, the mood changes completely. The quiet becomes heavy.
I actually stumbled, almost fell. It was real dark. We didn't have good lights out here when we came. This time I have good lights. Anyways, that's it. Well, guys, I'm having some dinner and wrapping it up for tonight. We're here in Yeso. I'm parked right in the middle of the ghost town. It's all deserted, so there's no one around. Some houses located on the outline area, on the outskirts of this town, maybe like 4 or 5. But other than that, I'm pretty much surrounded by. The heater came down, scared the hell out of me. Surrounded by just.
Late at night, Bugs wakes up suddenly. He hears a sound outside the van. It sounds like footsteps. He is not sure, but his body knows something is wrong.
Okay, guys. Something woke me up. I heard, I think, something like footsteps. I'm not sure if that's what woke me up. I put on my pants and my shoes, just for in case. I was asleep. I got all my windows closed. I got this light here, but I don't know if they can see it. But I certainly heard footsteps. Something woke me up. I'm not sure what it was. Oh, fuck. Just for in case.
Then it happens. There is a loud knock on the van. Bugs freezes. He shouts, asking who is there. No one answers. He says he is armed and slowly opens the door, expecting to see someone standing.
Oh shit, I heard the footsteps again. Looks like they went to the back. What the fuck? Okay. Somebody's definitely outside. I don't think I'm gonna stay here. Honestly, I end up shooting somebody. Fuck. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? There's somebody inside. Son of a bitch. I don't even know if I'm gonna go outside. Who is it? Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm coming outside, man. Just so you know, I'm armed. I'm opening the door. Who's there?
There is no one, no person, no footsteps, no sound moving away, just empty darkness and silence all around the van. The knock has no clear reason and no clear source.
I don't see anybody. Fuck. What the fuck? Anybody there? What the fuck? Is somebody out here? Hello? Maybe they went inside that schoolhouse. Okay. It's time for me to go. the sound was coming from this side, from the driver's side. Okay, I think I'm gonna head to Vaughn. Motherfucker.
Trusting his instincts, Bugs does not stay to find answers. He starts the engine and drives away in the middle of the night, leaving Yeso behind. After a knock like that, staying would have been far more frightening than leaving. Moving on to the fourth wildest camping encounter for this video. Case number 4. On June 18th, 2020, the YouTube channel Restless Wanderer Backpacking released a video sharing one of the most frightening nights this camper has ever faced. He goes camping with his wife, 3 kids, and their dog, thinking a weekday trip will be quiet.
What's going on, guys? I need to tell you about a trip I was on 2 weeks ago with my family. This is not a trip I was actually filming, didn't plan to do a video on it. However, it ended up being the most dangerous encounter I've ever had tent camping, and I had my entire family with me. So my wife and I decided to get the kids out. We decided let's go camping on a Wednesday night, Thursday night, at an area that's close. We went to the Rampart Range Road. I'll talk about it here in a second. But what we didn't realize, guys, it was Memorial Day weekend. So we went out Wednesday and Thursday, and even though that's typically not too crowded, because the big holiday weekend coming up, it was extremely crowded already when we got out there. Now, the Rampart Range Road is a very well-known area. It basically connects Littleton, Colorado, or Sedalia, Colorado, all the way to Colorado Springs. It's a dirt road up at elevation in the mountains, and every quarter mile or so, there's a camping spot that you can stop at, camp, and you don't pay any fees. It's free camping. This place on the weekends, guys, gets very busy, and I knew that. Typically, Wednesday and Thursday wouldn't be too bad, but because of the holiday weekend coming up, it was crowded. So we had to drive maybe 3.5, 4 miles on this dirt road before we found a spot. We did find a really cool spot though, got set up, a beautiful little area here. We had the cabin tent with the heater going. We had the bathroom tent with hot showers, everything you'd want when you're out camping to make it comfortable. Nice setup. Where everything changed was...
At 4 a.m., everything changes. A loud 4-wheeler drives past the tent, waking everyone up. At first, he thinks it is nothing and tries to sleep again. But soon, the engine comes back.
At 4 in the morning, we get woken up by a 4-wheeler driving by our tent. Now, just so you know, the Rampart Range is where off-road vehicles go to play. On one side of that road, there's trails for 4-wheelers and dirt bikes. You just typically don't have them driving by at 3 or 4 in the morning like this. So, 4 in the morning, this thing just goes by our tent. And we woke up. I mean, it woke us from our sleep, but we laid back down to go back to sleep. No big deal, right? Then about 15, 20 minutes later, and when you're sleeping in a tent with your kids, guys, this is like the worst fear you're ever gonna have, but that 4-wheeler comes all the way back up. And it stops right next to our tent. So now that my wife and I are sitting at alert, all we hear from outside is, F this, mother F this, I'll fight every F'er out here, da.
His wife speaks up and tells them there are kids inside the tent. Instead of calming down, the shouting gets worse. The voices move closer.
Angry, drunk yelling from right outside of our tent, feet away. Now my wife at this point, she says, hey, we've got kids. Just letting them know. We didn't get an apology for, hey, sorry we woke you up, sorry something's going on. All we got is, we got kids too, yelled back at us. And more angry cursing. So my wife and I kind of get up and we're listening to what's going on.
Come on! Give mom the phone. No, here, give inside.
And these people are arguing and kind of walking right through our camp now. It's 2 people, there's a male and a female.
When his wife opens the tent to see what is happening, the drunk strangers turn back and come toward them. It is still dark. There is no phone signal. The kids are only feet away inside the tent.
He came back into camp at us. And there's a male and a female. So I get out of the tent and I'd moved away maybe 10 feet from the tent to try to pull them away from where our kids are. And my wife stayed right at the door there. So the female came and got right in my wife's face. It's probably 4:15 in the morning now with 3 kids in the tent. We are in national forest. No cell service, just us. The guy, he walks over where I'm standing And then the gal starts yelling at my wife, F you, F this. And my wife says, hey, you need to move back. She tells my wife, you need to move back, bitch. And I was like, so my wife was a D1 athlete. She's in good shape. She's very strong. And this little gal would have no chance with her. So I looked at the guy and I said, hey, dude, you don't want them throwing down, man. At which point he said, you want some too? And he threw his fist like really high up like this, like he was gonna come at me. And I said,
The strangers storm off into the forest, still yelling. Their broken four-wheeler is left near the tent. He knows they will come back. Now the waiting begins.
Get mad, and they kind of come together and start yelling at each other and walking off into the forest. Guys, it's a new moon. There's not much light out, and they had an iPhone walking into the forest, kind of bickering. So guys, at this point, they're walking through the forest. Can't really hear them anymore. Their four-wheeler's 10 feet from our tent, dead. They can't start it, the battery's out. I go back in the tent and I'm telling my wife and kids, maybe I should give them a ride, guys. Maybe I should just jump in the Jeep, go find them, try to get some cables to get this situation resolved quickly.
Listen, I can give them a ride 2 miles, sure, and they'll be done. Okay?
They could hurt you.
They're not gonna hurt me, okay? I'll give them a ride. Please don't.
My family was like, they're really drunk and they might hurt you. You don't know what the situation is. Let's not do that. So instead, we have to figure out what are we gonna do, right? So now we have 30 or 40 minutes probably before they come back. And I told my family, I was like, do you think these guys are gonna be happier when they come back from camp? Do we know who's back at camp that's gonna be coming with them? Might they have a weapon or something with them? We don't know, but we do know that they're gonna come back here and get this four-wheeler within the next hour or so. So, first thought for my wife was,
the family makes a hard choice. They turn on lights, start a fire, and stay alert. The kids wait in the car. When the four-wheeler returns, the drunk man threatens him again. The fear is real, and the danger feels close.
I got the stove boiling water and making coffee. Just about the time I had some coffee made, you can hear another four-wheeler coming back to camp. So here I am, drinking coffee, pistol in my pocket, kids in the car with the lights out, but ready to go if needed, and unsure what's gonna happen. Now the two people who came back were the same two that left. There was no one additional. They were just angry and yelling at me the whole time. I tried to let them know I could help. I have lights, I have a lantern, can I help? At which point the guy tried to fight me again. He threatened to put his fists up and ask me if I wanted some. 2 times this guy has threatened to fight me out in the forest. Pitch black forest, middle of the night, no one to help, you can't call on the phone. It's exactly what you don't want to.
Slowly, the tension drops. With light and calm voices, the situation cools down. After a long, stressful time, the four-wheeler finally starts, and the strangers leave the area.
Would it help if I bring some light and just help you get this thing started? At which point they finally backed off. The tension started to ease a little bit, and they said, yeah, you know what, we probably could. Now around this time, my wife got out of the car as well. She came over and she was just letting them know, hey guys, sorry for all the yelling back and forth, but you just freaked us out. We had no idea what's going on. Our kids are in this tent. We had no clue. And then at this point, the other gal starts apologizing to us and they're all trying to save face at this time. So my wife goes back in the car. It takes us another 30 or 40 minutes to actually jump that four-wheeler and get it going. At this point, we got it started. And they were almost wanting to have drinks and hang out and, make amends. And I told them, guys, I drank earlier in the day, but I'm drinking coffee because if you look, the sun's up. So you guys probably need to head back to camp, sleep it off a little bit, and we'll see you around. So here it is, an hour and a half later, maybe 2 hours after that initial confrontation, and they drive off, not to be seen again, thankfully. At this point,
at sunrise, the family packs up and leaves right away. He claimed that this was the most dangerous moment he had ever had while camping, and it happened with his family beside him in the middle of the forest when help was far away. That brings us to our last encounter for this video, case number 5. On October 18th, 2014, inside a hostile compound during a military operation, YouTube channel eComic uploaded a video that shows a moment where death comes within inches and stops. The video starts with soldiers trying to find where the gunfire is coming from. Everyone knows danger is close, but no one can see it yet.
Alright, well, let's find out where it's coming from.
Hey, sir.
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
Let's go put some fire down.
Yeah, let's do.
Suddenly, a loud crack cuts through the air. A shot comes out of nowhere. One soldier shouts for cover. Another voice yells that the shot almost hit him. The fear is instant and real.
Fuck is fucking. You got cover out there?
Oh shit. Dude, he almost hit me. Get back. Hey, we got a sniper.
Then the truth hits. A teammate says it clearly. There is a sniper. At the same moment, he realizes the bullet struck his helmet. The Kevlar stopped it. If it were even a little lower, he would be dead.
Dude, you got shot.
I did get shot.
I saw it hit your Kevlar.
I got fucking...
Someone looks at the helmet and curses. The bullet went straight through part of it. Everyone understands how close it was. 1 second decided everything.
What the fuck, man? Am I good? My ears are fucking...
Oh my god.
Lucky son of a bitch, look at that. What the fuck? Dude, you alright?
Yeah. My ears are ringing.
Break. My teammate just got shot in the helmet.
He's good.
He's good, but we believe there's a sniper.
Hey, what is that? That's the south side? Roger, all stations, we got...
Over the radio, they call it in. A sniper is confirmed on the south side of the compound. The danger is not over. The shooter is still out there, watching, waiting.
A sniper on the south side of the compound with all the drugs.
Bro, motherfuck, dude. That's through.
All right, let's get out here and do something about this. Come on.
Hey, they've left us.
This is not a ghost story. There is no monster in the dark, just a bullet, a helmet, and a moment where luck decided who lived. There is one thing certain about Appalachia. You just never know what you will encounter next.
As well as...
Hey, there's something. What the fuck? Maroon? Like.
Oh yeah, right there, look.
Here are 6 creepy Appalachia trail moments caught on camera. Case number 1. A man was alone in his tent, deep in the Appalachian wilderness, when he was suddenly confronted by something truly unnerving, something beyond his wildest imagination. Take a look.
As well as...
Okay, that was weird. What are the odds something just walks next to us? Shh, I got it.
It felt like something or someone was deliberately toying with him, and his terrified reaction told us everything. The presence lingered for a while before finally disappearing. This footage quickly caught the attention of netizens, sparking a debate about the encounter. Some suggested it might be a skinwalker, while others believed it could have been a feral person or even a coyote. However, without a follow-up video, the mystery remains unresolved. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Was it a skinwalker, feral humans, a coyote, or perhaps just a prank being pulled on him? Case number 2. In April 2018, the creator of the YouTube channel Big Dill was drawn in by a loud, eerie scream echoing from a nearby forest. Driven by curiosity, he ventured into the woods to investigate, only to stumble upon something truly terrifying.
Right now, about where the fence is at, and so behind this fence over here, there's a wood line. It's about 9:48 in the night. So we just heard a scream a little bit ago. I don't know if you could see past this, but so behind this, where I'm pointing right now, there's a forest back there, and that's a pretty big forest. It's a state park. So there's nothing that's back there, and it's protected. So I don't know. But we're back here, and there's this fence right here that protects my friend's yard, where we're at now. And from that, I don't know what you'd call this, but there's a pasture right here with a bunch of trees. You can't really see them. I don't know if you can see that tree or not. Can you see that tree right there? That fern right there? That's a fern, and then there's a bunch of other ferns all around. And it gets more dense as you go back. But what happens is this creature comes up against this fence, and it jumps this fence. And it was standing, we think, right in this where I'm standing right now. And my friend's inside right now. But I'm getting this footage. And did you just fucking hear that? That was fucking it. Oh. Fuck this, I'm out. Fuck this.
Once again, a chilling scream pierced the night, and this time he succeeded in capturing it on camera. Feeling a surge of fear at the thought of what might be hiding in those woods, he quickly rushed back home. The footage triggered a flurry of reactions from viewers, with some asserting it showed a skinwalker, while others argued it was a Wendigo. Ultimately, the truth remains elusive. What do you believe he captured on camera that night? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Case number 3. One evening, a man sat on the porch of his cabin in Appalachia, savoring the tranquility of the nature surrounding him. The gentle rustle of leaves and the distant calls of wildlife created a serene atmosphere, but suddenly he heard a strange sound that broke the calm. In Appalachia, the nights can be treacherous, filled with strange sounds reverberating through the woods. The man strained to determine the source of the whistling, but one thing was clear: it was much closer than he ever expected. It's important to note that locals talk about whistlers and mysterious beings that roam the forest after dark, calling out to anyone brave enough to listen. Could it be one of these mysterious beings calling out to the man? If you found yourself in a similar situation to the man's, what would you do? Let us know in the comments below as we explore more mysterious encounters. Case number 4. 2 men sought an escape from the hustle and bustle of everyday life by embarking on a camping trip in the wilderness. They relished their time surrounded by nature, basking in the serenity of their surroundings. Suddenly, a strange noise shattered the tranquility, catching them completely off guard. What unfolded next was something they could never have anticipated.
No, they had primal lightning struck fires. They held their stogies to the skies, yeah. and waited for Edison to strike. You can just drag a girl to your cave by their hair and fucking breed. Yep. Just like the good old days. Just like the good old days. Beer. Times. Oh my goodness. She actually kind of does look like a bear. Did you hear something? No. When is this blackout? Like your imagination plays tricks on you. Yeah. So. Like, wait, what the heck? Hold on. No. Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck is that? What? I don't see. What the fuck? Wait, what the fuck? Hey, there's okay? Something. This. What the fuck? Maroon? Like.
A shadowy figure in the distance looked like a camper at first, but as it got closer, it turned out to be something much more frightening. What happened next is unknown, and we can only wish for the safety of the men involved. Unfortunately, there have been no updates since the video was released. Case number 5. On March 14th, 2012, a close group of friends embarked on a legendary weekend camping trip in the woods to escape their busy lives and reconnect. They set up their tents, shared laughter, and went fishing, unaware that this adventure would lead to unforgettable experiences.
You think that was a coyote? What do you think that was? What was it? Do you see it where? Whoa. Holy crap. Holy.
They saw a tall creature walking on 2 legs covered in spikes. Just as they were getting a closer look, it vanished into the darkness and the video cut off. This has sparked many questions, with some saying it looks like a lizard man. We want to know what you think. Could it be a lizard man or something even scarier? With these questions still tingling in our minds, let's move on to the next scary encounter. Case number 6. On July 6th, 2017, 2 friends went camping in the North Georgia woods. To have a fun evening, they decided to set off firecrackers. They laughed together, but little did they know it would be their last moment of joy in the forest.
That's him off. Happy 4th. Happy 4th indeed. Are you an idiot? Watch out. That's pretty cool, man.
I wanted it to go up in the air, man.
It was still cool.
Set off another one or something.
Yeah. But, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, you go first.
Fuck
It's
you.
a farm animal.
Get low, get low. What do you think it is?
Turn the flash off a little bit.
No. Whatever it is, I want to fucking see it.
As they reached for another firecracker, they paused when they heard a strange noise from the dense woods. It sounded like something heavy moving through the bushes. However, what they didn't realize was that the terror of the night was far from over.
Run! We get the hell out of here. Oh, yeah, get it! We need to get the car.
Go get it.
We need to get the car.
No, go see if it's injured.
We need to get the car.
Dude, this is Snap Gold. Go get it.
Should be kidding me.
Yeah, and then you got the phone.
Dude, what? Is it still there?
Go! No!
Run! Run! We gotta take the car. What the fuck? What the hell? What the hell?
As they pointed their flashlight into the darkness, they spotted a dark figure moving quickly between the trees. Was it a ghost or something else? Fear hit them as they realized it seemed to be chasing them. Gripped by panic, they ran out of the forest, worried about what might happen if they didn't escape. Case number 7. On January 12th, 2023, a couple camping in a remote forest felt like someone was watching them. Though everything looked normal, the atmosphere was unsettling. They decided to record their surroundings and unexpectedly captured something strange.
The dogs are barking at something. Where? Over that way.
Let me see.
Oh yeah, right there, look. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh yeah, right there, look. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? What the frick?
They recorded a jet-black, hairy figure moving upright through the trees, its movements both graceful and unsettling, unlike any animal they had ever seen. As the figure vanished into the woods, they struggled to comprehend the encounter they had just witnessed. Could this be evidence of Bigfoot, or is it a glimpse into something entirely unknown? Share your thoughts in the comments as we explore the last encounter. Case number 8. A man set out on a camping trip to the Appalachian Mountains, and as soon as he arrived, he stumbled upon something that was beyond explanation.
How you doing? Oh, just some cruisers, man. That's crazy shit. This guy's crawling at me like it's goddamn. What's up, dude?
The experience left him with a profound sense of mystery and unease, as if he had glimpsed something beyond the ordinary realm. The events of his visit lingered in his mind, brimming with secrets that felt out of reach.
And I just heard this like loud knock. It came from the back of my cabin.
Someone definitely lives here.
Go on! Hey! Hey! I saw two! Tornado! Tornado! Stay low! Stay low! Stay low! Stay low!
Somebody's back here again. I hear footprints. Hello? How can I help you?
From unexplained knocks and hidden watchers to violent animals and natural disasters, every case unfolds exactly as it was caught on camera. The forest doesn't need monsters to be terrifying. Silence, isolation, and one wrong moment are more than enough. This is 7 intense forest encounters caught on camera. Case number 1. This story comes from the YouTube channel A Tiny Nomad, uploaded on June 19th, 2025. What was meant to be a quiet break in Washington slowly turns into something far more disturbing. At first, everything feels calm. The cabin is surrounded by tall trees and the place looks peaceful, almost magical. She was finally able to sleep in a bed after thousands of miles on the road. The forest feels safe, but also very quiet, dangerously quiet.
Well, I've been laying in bed reading for like half an hour. and I just heard this like loud knock. It came from the back of my cabin, and it scared me to the point I immediately jumped up and started looking all around the windows to see if I could like see an animal. I was like looking for maybe a bear.
As night comes, the silence grows heavier. The woods outside the cabin feel darker and haunted. Even simple things like being far from her car start to feel wrong.
Like on edge now, especially since to get to like the kitchen in my car, I have to like, it's like a trek. I mean, when I say a trek, it's about a 5-minute walk outside my cabin, but I have to completely walk through the woods. Like I can't see my vehicle from here.
Then it happens. While lying in bed and reading, a loud knock hits the back of the cabin. It is sudden and sharp, but there was nothing visible. The fear does not go away. The forest no longer feels peaceful. It feels like it is watching her.
And then when I walked in the cabin I'll just show you guys instead of trying to explain. The first thing this says is, 1, camera on the porch is not active.
After this, small details begin to feel disturbing. She notices an old camera on the porch. A sign says the camera is not active, but that does not make her feel better. It only makes the place feel stranger. Later, she finds an outdoor shower, completely open with no cover at all. Standing there would mean being fully exposed to the woods. This discovery adds to the fear already building in her mind.
Why do they have these towels right here? Like shower towels? And then when I walked outside, they have an outdoor shower that's completely open. Right there. But, I mean, it's completely open. You know, nothing covering you. I've been more stressed in the past 2 days than I have on my entire trip. And I honestly just really miss my car.
Even when morning comes, the stress does not leave. She admits she feels worse here than she did on the road.
Hopefully today will be better than yesterday. Yesterday, I was just so stressed out here. I did not realize I was going to be so separated.
Nothing clearly attacks her. No figure is seen. No voice is heard. But the knock, the camera, and the silence leave a deep feeling behind. Sometimes the scariest moments are not about what you see, but about what might be standing just out of sight. With that being said, let's move on to our second encounter for this video. Case number 2. This story comes from the YouTube channel Josh the Intern, uploaded on December 16th, 2024. He heads into the mountains looking for a plane that crashed back in 1986. For hours, he sees no people and no signs of life. But he keeps going.
I summited my first mountain, and I could make my way deeper into the mountain range. I hadn't seen anyone or any trace of people during that time.
After reaching higher ground, he notices something strange on a nearby mountain, a large stone structure, so he decided to detour.
And as I got closer, it soon became clear that this was a massive fortification. It was incredible to walk around the huge walls, and it got me curious about what the history of this place was. So with some later research, I found out that it was indeed a fort, built in 1659 by France to protect their border with Spain. And it was even used as a maximum security prison for a time. I did try to find a way inside to explore more, but didn't have any luck. So I continued back on.
As he leaves the fort and continues deeper into the mountains, the mood changes. The trail becomes more isolated. That is when he spots ruined buildings off the path.
I followed this trail that weaved me through the mountains, taking me deeper into the range. Hours went by and I was getting more and more remote. The trail I was following was stunning and took me past some incredible views, but then I spotted something unusual just off the path. It seemed to be the ruins of an old building.
Inside one of the ruins, he makes a terrifying discovery. There is food, a bed, and clear signs that someone lives there. This is not old trash. This is recent. The building is falling apart, yet someone is staying here, deep in the mountains.
Crazy, because this is really in ruins and in the middle of nowhere. Very creepy. Here's the bedding.
Then it gets worse. He notices dozens of them. The same people appear again and again. The photos are on the walls, on the floor, even on the bed. It feels wrong. It feels personal, like someone is watching others closely.
Oh, there's so many photos on the floor everywhere. This place is littered with the same photos of the same people. Look at all these photos. These are all photos of people. All photos of people on the floor. Tons of them. On the bed.
He leaves quickly, shaken. Nearby, he finds another small structure with a bed and what looks like rope. At this point, fear fully sets in. He says the area suddenly feels silent and tense, like he is no longer alone.
After leaving that house, I feel like I'm being watched. All of a sudden feels very quiet and
As he hikes away, he cannot shake the feeling that he is being watched. With no phone signal, he knows he must wait until he reaches safety to call for help. The moment is emotional, but the earlier discovery stays in his mind.
But with no phone signal, I would have to wait till the end of my hike. And luckily for me, the crash site was not much further. Just a short rock scramble up the mountain led me into a dense forest where I finally found the wreckage of the plane.
Oh my gosh. Oh, this is heavy. This is really heavy. Oh my goodness.
Unfortunately, someone with a spray can had found it before me and painted on it. But other than that, it seemed quite untouched, and I was able to explore around the wreckage. To be honest, it was a heavy and quite emotional experience to look around such a tragic site. In the summer of 1986, this Douglas DC-6, known as Pelican 64, was sent out on a firefighting mission. While it did
Later, once he is safe, he contacts the local authorities and shares everything he found. Even months later, he hears nothing back.
I have contacted the authorities. This was filmed a few months ago, actually. So I contacted them. I sent them the location and photos of the area. I haven't heard anything back from them, so I'm not...
He went into the mountains searching for a lost plane. Instead, he found signs of someone living in the dark and possibly watching from the shadows. Moving on to our third eerie footage for this video. Case number 3. This footage comes from the Newfoundland Outsider YouTube channel, uploaded on February 20th, 2023. He was riding his snowmobile through the wilderness, carrying supplies to his cabin. There is no one else around except an unexpected guest waiting for him in the middle of the road. He sees a bull moose standing in the middle of the trail, but he notices something was wrong with him.
So there's a moose on the pass here. Looks like he's got his right hind leg hurt. Little 4-point bull. Hey buddy. We're just trying to get past. Oh, I feel sorry for him. He's got a long winter yet. Move off to the path a bit so I can get by. Poor thing. Although he looks fat, he's doing good. Looks like his hip is bad. He's got little antlers and I'm surprised you haven't dropped them yet.
At first, he feels sorry for it. He talks calmly and waits, hoping the moose will move into the trees. But the minutes pass and then much longer. The moose refuses to leave the path.
We'll go down the road and get off in the trees. In the meantime, I'll just wait here. Go on, buddy. He's not going anywhere. He's just taking a stance. I had a bull license all fall. Never did get my bull. Saw lots of cows, lots of calves. Now I come across this bull 2 weeks later, after the season is closed, and he won't get off the trail. Let's go for a walk back here. Maybe he'll get off the trail. Check my load. Well, it's been a half an hour, maybe 40 minutes.
The silence becomes heavy. The snow keeps falling. The trail feels trapped. He is stuck with nowhere to turn around.
Nope. He's not moving. And see, he's still back there. He's still back there and he's not moving.
After nearly an hour, the moose suddenly takes a stance. Its body stiffens. The mood changes fast. What felt quiet now feels dangerous.
This year's been crazy. Well, every year for the last 4 or 5 years have been crazy weather patterns. All our snowstorms are turning into rainstorms. Things are getting warmer and warmer. The ponds aren't freezing. And the moose won't get off the path. Okay, buddy, you gotta go. Go on now. Some action. Starting.
Then, without warning, the moose charges. There is no room to escape. The snowmobile is loaded down, the path is tight, and the animal is coming straight at him.
Hurry up! Go on, I gotta get down to the cabin. Go on. Hey! Hey!
Only after it is gone does he realize how close things came to going very wrong. Later, at the cabin, he shows the damage and quietly repairs the broken windshield, knowing the encounter could have ended much worse.
Now I gotta fix the windshield on my snowmobile. I'll do that tonight. I'll sew it up with some rabbit wire. So it looks like he's gone all the way down past the lake now, so it should be okay. Unless I get up tomorrow morning and he's waiting for me. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Keep your comments coming. I like reading all your comments. I try to get back to everybody. Some people got some great ideas out there. And I want to thank everybody that subscribed already.
Alone in the Newfoundland wilderness on a frozen trail, he faced an injured animal that refused to back down, and for a few long minutes there was nowhere to run. Let's move on to our fourth footage for this video. Case number 4. This story comes from the YouTube channel Exploring Gems, uploaded on November 13th, 2025. Public land deep in Colorado. She had been camping alone on public land in Colorado. She believed solo travel never scared her. She trusted the quiet. She settled in and stayed there for a couple of days. Only logging trucks passed once in a while. Then, near the weekend, more people arrived in the area. She noticed dark trucks earlier on the road, but nothing happened at the time.
I need a 4x4. I've come to terms with. All-wheel just ain't good in it, but within myself. It wasn't all bad. It helped shape me and form my own positive coping mechanisms, such as journaling, drawing, and tapping into my expansive creative imagination. And these tools, especially journaling and writing as a means of introspection and self-expression and building this solid relationship.
Just after midnight, everything stopped. 3 loud knocks hit the van door, hard, close, right next to her head. She froze. Her heart raced. Someone was standing outside her van, in the middle of the forest. Then she noticed a faint light up the hill. A fire. The same trucks from earlier were parked there, breaking a fire ban. That is when fear fully set in. She realized these were not people she wanted to meet, alone at night, far from help.
Someone just came knocking on my door in the middle of the national forest, so. So not cool.
As soon as the sun rose, she packed up fast and drove deeper into the forest. Her hands still shook, but she was safe.
Moment. Then I noticed a faint glow up the hill and realized it was a fire, where the trucks from earlier had parked. During an active level 1 fire ban, mind you. And that's when it clicked. These weren't the kind of people you want to cross paths with in the middle of nowhere. So I just sat there, listening. Every sound outside felt amplified. For the next couple of hours, I barely moved. I watched, waited, and checked the cameras over and over. I felt like my heart didn't stop racing until the first hint of daylight. But they never came back, thankfully, so I drifted off back to sleep.
She says that night changed how she camps forever. She is not afraid, but she is more careful now. Out there in the dark, one knock was enough to remind her how alone she really was. Moving on to our 5th intense forest encounter, case number 5. On Nova 16th, 2024, Crown Land, Jenna Alexis arrived early, the forest quiet and cold, carrying her heavy backpack. Alone, she felt small against the tall trees, the river quietly flowing nearby. At first, everything seemed peaceful, but the forest's silence felt heavy, almost waiting.
So I'm out here on Crown Land, and I'm going to do a little bit of a bushcraft camp out today. I have my backpack with my sleeping kit and my cooking kit. I have my tarp and some pegs, and I have the forest all to myself. I brought my buddy Herb with me to keep me company. You might remember Herb from our bike tour on the Icefields Parkway. He's going to be keeping me company while I'm out here alone in the woods. The river's definitely not frozen yet, so I'm walking over these logs to get across because there's a couple dead trees over there that I'm looking at taking down. Got a nice standing dead tree right here. It's a really warm day today. I'm already hot.
While cutting a dead tree for firewood, she thought she heard a crack behind her. Nothing was there, but her heart jumped. As she dragged logs across the stream, a sudden rustle in the bushes made her stop, frozen, unsure if it was an animal or something else.
Ooh, that was a lot of work. But I got the whole tree down, and now I just gotta lug it across the river to my campsite. I just know there's gonna be bugs in my hair. Oopsie daisy. My logs. I wasn't strong enough to throw the logs across the stream without them getting wet, and that's my firewood, so I had to carry them across. I did weigh the risk of me doing that. I know that the river or the stream is like very shallow, and I have extra socks in case I was to fall in. We did get all the logs across.
She found fatwood to start a fire, but the forest felt darker than it looked. Every shadow moved, every branch seemed to shift toward her. When she hung her bear bag away from camp, a feeling of being watched crawled over her. She spun around quickly, but the woods were empty.
Now that I have my firewood, I'm finding some fatwood. I'm looking for fatwood because the sap and the resin inside the fatwood is very flammable, and that's going to help me start my fire. There's a great example right here. It's easy to find fatwood when you look for like broken little nubs of branches like this, because when the tree is broken or like injured, it'll send all the sap and resin into the broken spot to protect itself from like disease or parasites or whatever. That little chunk of wood is going to be super resinous, and the resin is very flammable, which is what we want. This smells really good. That smells so good. So you can even see the sap basically dripping down the front of this, and this really warm orange color tells me that it's pretty saturated, so that's good. A lot of you are probably familiar with what this is. This is a bear resistant bag. So basically you seal it up, you tie it to a tree, and I believe it's like Kevlar or something that bears can't get into. Keeps your food safe from bears and smaller mammals and rodents and things overnight or when you're away from camp. So I put off getting one of these for a number of years because when I'm at actual campsites, they usually have bear boxes, and when I'm not, I would just be like hanging my food in the trees. Hanging food though has proven to be a pain in my butt over the years because especially in the area that I live, we don't have the kind of trees that allow you to hang a bear bag properly. When you hang a bear bag, it's supposed to be 15 feet from the ground, 5 feet from the trunk of the tree. And as you can see, everything around me is lodgepole pines, which are straight, thin, have very short, tiny branches. I did finally invest in the Ursac. Obviously not sponsored because I paid for it, but I'm using it for the first time today. And I'm hiking this a bit of a ways away from camp so that it's not near my sleeping area. And we just have to find a thick enough tree. The tree has to be a big enough diameter so that the bear can't get through it. Ta-da! This is very important where I live because we are in grizzly bear country and black bear country. I'm basically just tying a clove hitch around the pegs before I nail them into the ground. And then popping some rocks on top of the peg just to seal it in. Cute. So this is it from the back. The weather's supposed to be beautiful tonight. We don't have any wind or rain or anything on the forecast, so this should work just fine. This is it from the inside. Let me get her while cooking.
By late afternoon, she packed quickly, uneasy. Her heart raced when she glimpsed a white SUV far away. She couldn't tell if he had seen her, but the feeling was clear. She was not alone. Later, the forest seemed quieter than before, too quiet.
not even taking the time to pack up nicely because I just want to get out of here.
When she finally ran back to the van, the roots and fallen branches made her panic worse. Every crack of wood sounded like someone approaching. She kept glancing at the dark trees, expecting eyes to appear. She could feel the man's gaze following her through the branches, unseen but certain.
Look at me and turned around and pulled out, but I know it was the same car. It was like a white SUV with a bag over the back of his window, and he turned around and I saw that same bag. So yeah, I'm fucking out of here. Even if that guy didn't mean any harm and he was just trying to camp here, I don't like when somebody knows where I'm camping when I'm by myself. Like, I want to be hidden and unseen, and I don't want some man to know that I'm alone in the woods. I'm coming back to my van. Okay. Back of the van. That was a mad dash. Luckily it's not dark out just yet, so I'm gonna head home. I don't like driving in the dark, but like, even in the van, I don't really want to sleep out here. Okay, let's get out of here. Backing out of here is low-key gonna be hard because I went out of my way to tuck my car into the woods so that it wouldn't be seen if that guy or anybody else drove past, and now I'm like gonna have to reverse out over the roots and stuff, which sucks. Okay. Me this morning thought this would be like a tomorrow me problem, but you know what, I'm capable. I wish I didn't. And then like 4 p.m. rolls around and I see that same car. I know it was the same car because when I looked at the license plate, I saw his back window was gone and he just had like a garbage bag over it. And I saw a white SUV pull up in the distance, and then I saw it like stop where I'm pretty sure he saw me, and then he turned around and left, and as he was leaving I saw that like garbage bag on the back. I was very uneasy. Like, why did I see that man twice? Why did I never see his girlfriend that he mentioned? Why was
Even as she drove away, the woods held a memory of her presence. The shadows seemed alive, whispering that she had been watched all day. The forest was quiet, but she knew she would never be alone there again. With that being said, let's move on to our 6th most intense forest encounter. Case number 6. On May 21st, 2022, in Hawkesbury, Ontario, a warm, sunny afternoon turned into one of the scariest moments of his life. The sky was clear, the forest was calm, and Tyson Piers was filming another part of his bushcraft series inside his hand-built Viking house. Nobody knew that a deadly derecho storm with an EF2 tornado hidden inside was minutes away from hitting Canada.
Very heavy. Ja, så jag camped in that shot. Nou, was je die rush?
He checked his phone only by chance. A weather alert flashed red on the screen. When he lifted his head, the forest had already changed. He had less than 1 minute to act. For a second, he wanted to run, but it was too late. The leaves exploded upward. Branches snapped in the air. His little brothers froze in fear. He was shouting, not knowing what. They ran into the Viking house just as the first huge gust hit. Inside the dark shelter, the sound was disturbing and terrifying.
Rasachu! Tornado! Tornado! Stay low! Stay low! Stay low! Stay low! Stay! Stay! Stay low!
Is it leaving?
No! Stay low, buddy! Stay! Stay! Listen, il est small ball! Stay low! No, we're good. Fuck!
No, we're dying. We're dying.
No, stay. Shit, bro!
Oh my god. Guys. Stay, Miguel.
Stay!
We're gonna wait until...
Holy shit!
Guys, please, don't make me.
C'est good, on est good.
But sir, stop.
The shelter shook. The ground trembled. A tree cracked somewhere close, too close. They were screaming, praying, and crying at the same time.
Stay. Please, God, please.
God, please.
C'est good, on est good.
On est good.
On est correct. On est correct, guys. On est good. S'il vous plaît. S'il vous plaît, Paul. Please go.
I don't want to die.
Non, restez en bas. Restez ici. Non, mais regardez pas dehors. Regardez pas. No. Yo, we never get this weather here. We never get that.
Please. God, please.
Holy shit. My God, guys, you don't understand.
No, God, please.
Stay here. Stay.
Please. God, please. Help you, brother.
The dust from the tornado filled the air. For a moment, they all thought the roof was going to collapse. He tried to look outside, but the world was only dirt and flying leaves. He could not even see the trees anymore, only shadows bending and falling.
Je comprends, man, même moi, je suis juste à 2 pouces.
Dude, I'm holding it in.
On reste sit, man.
No, I don't want to die.
No, we're good. We're good, bro.
Wait, it's stopping.
No.
No, it's not.
Ça va passer. Ça peut pas être une autre fois.
No, oui, ça peut.
Oh, mom's gonna freak the out.
What do we do? En plus, il faisait soleil.
Il faisait beau soleil. Ça hit out of nowhere. I don't get it. I don't freaking get it, man.
Broken dirt stuff.
Yo, I can't see. Let me go.
Then he saw it. A massive tree leaned toward the shelter. If it fell, they would be crushed. He claimed they had to go, but there was nowhere safe to run.
What the?
I'm running. Oh, shit.
Yo!
No.
Why?
Bro, I'm leaving.
If another tree falls on us, we're screwed, man. Look at the tree.
Oh my God, I'm dead.
What the heck just happened? We're good for now. Okay. We're good. If it hits again, it's good. I got you, bro. I got you. Yo, parce que regarde, toutes les arbres ils ont tombé.
We need a check.
Except for that one.
God.
S'il vous plaît, man. S'il vous plaît.
Yo, pas dans that bush.
Shit, but yo, toutes les... Oh, the trees are gone. All the trees are gone, man.
Can we run?
No. That tree is still up and going, so...
Please, God. God.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
The bikes are destroyed.
No,
we don't care.
basics sont gone.
We don't care about the bikes. It's our life.
No, it's our life now.
Over there.
Yeah, the tornado. Oh my God, the tornado's gone over there. Dude, we never get this type of temperature in Canada. Ontario, Hawkesbury. Stay low, man. My shelter hold up though.
I want to go home.
Hein? Mon shelter, qu'est-ce que je vous ai dit? Rentre dedans, on va être safe.
No, I want to go home.
Oui, on peut pas sortir juste en cas si ça passe back.
Ouf, je vais pisser. Où tout?
Parce qu'il y a trop d'arbres, c'est ça qui est dangereux.
Are we stuck?
Oh my God, man.
Are we stuck? I don't care if I'm this. I just want to... Bro!
C'est fuck mad, man, qui vient de passer. On vient de survivre ça. On vient de survivre tout ça, là. Je pack ma shit.
Bro, ça, toi, ça s'en allait tomber sur moi.
Non.
Je te jure. Ça, c'est solide as f***. Non, I swear on God.
Ouais, ça aurait pu snapper, ça aurait pu snapper. Ma branche a snappé là, ça a snappé.
When the wind finally slowed, they stepped outside carefully. The forest they knew was gone. Trees that had always stood tall were now torn in half. The trunks were blocking the trails. No matter how ruined the forest was, they had to find one thing.
Holy crap!
Oh my God!
Look at that!
Hey, on fait parkour mode 3000!
Okay, Biscuit, let's go. Oh my God! Attends, attention sur des gros arbres! Parce qu'il va mouiller fort, là.
Go!
Let's go, guys. Oh my God! On peut même pas passer! Let's go!
We don't care!
Let's go! We need to find the trail!
They felt small, like survivors walking through a destroyed world. They ran through the broken forest, trying to find the trail. Nothing looked the same.
There's no trail.
Parkour!
Man. Man.
No.
Finally, after climbing over fallen trees and shouting to each other through the debris, they reached the main road. Only then did they realize how lucky they were. Back in town, everything was dark. People were searching for help.
Yo! Ah, c'est même pas drôle. Holy crap!
What am I gonna tell my mom about? Nothing!
My God, bro! It doesn't end!
No, it never ends! Nothing ends!
Cam, laisse-moi là en premier, bud.
Vas-y. Oh, that's it.
Oui. Vite, on passe ici. Good?
Yeah, good.
Go. Let's go. Clearing. Go. Oh, yes. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
10 people had died in the storm that day, and hundreds of thousands were left without electricity. He sat in silence later that night, thinking about one thing again and again. If the shelter hadn't been there, if he hadn't checked his phone at that moment, the boys might not have survived.
My God, c'était gros, ça. Ah, yo, on va voir l'aftermath après. C'est une chaloupe, le gros.
Tu m'as sauvé la vie.
Yo.
Tu nous as sauvé la vie.
Ben, colique, oui, man, vous voulez partir, j'étais comme ben trop tard.
Il est parti.
J'étais trop tard. Yo. There's a boat in the middle of the street. Holy crap. Oh, wire. Get that?
Je sais pas c'est quoi.
Holy f***, dude. Oh my God. Holy f***. Oh. We never get that type of temperature here. Never. J'étais dans le bois. C'est une grosse tornade qui est arrivée. Hein? C'est le toit de la chèvre. L'école. Oh my God.
And that is how he lived through one of Canada's most terrifying storms. That brings us to our last, most intense forest encounter caught on camera. Case number 7. On February 14th, 2022, a solo female traveler with the YouTube channel Asleep 5 Decades, had a truly creepy and scary night. Around midnight, she heard footsteps very close to her van. Then a knock right by her head woke her from a deep sleep.
Who are you?
At 4:37 in the morning. It was a strange time for a knock. The knocking came 3 times, each time. When she finally said, "Hello," there was no answer. She thought it might be someone on a bike going up the drive. She lay back down, trying to understand what was happening and worrying that they wanted to rob her.
It was very strange to me, like who would be knocking on the van at 4:30 in the morning. So by the second knock, I believe it was second, could be the third knock, and they would knock 3 times every time. I just mustered, "Hello?" and no answer. The person was on a bike, like a pedal bike, like a 10-speed bike, a mountain bike or something, and they were up the drive. And so I just came and lied back down and trying to register what the hell just happened, who was that, what did they want, what were their intentions, and all I could think about is they were probably planning on robbing what was ever inside the van. So I just kind of like went back to sleep, or lied back down, went back to bed I should say, and about 15 minutes later I hear it again, like a knock on the side of my van again. "How can I help you?" And they say, "I got a question for you." And I said, "It's 4:30 in the morning. I don't feel safe." And so I quietly got up and I went to the front and I peeked out and parked way up on the drive. All I could see is like headlights, and then they backed out and went and left. So
About 10 minutes later, she heard another knock on the side of her van. When she said, "How can I help you?" A voice replied with a question. Feeling unsafe at 4:30 in the morning, she quietly went to the front and peeked out. She saw headlights way up the drive, and then the car backed out and left. She felt very unsafe.
I hear footprints. Hear that? Yeah, somebody was just here again 3 times now. The third time I looked out, they were walking on foot.
Then she heard footsteps again.
I seen them walking.
Someone was back for the third time. When she looked out, she saw someone walking on foot. They hid behind a tree and then went to the same car that had been there earlier. The car came back and then left again. This time, they didn't knock, but she could hear them walking around her van. She felt really scared.
I could hear them walking around the van. But I'm not feeling so safe. Like, I'm just feeling like, I don't know.
The next morning, she saw footprints all around her van that were not hers. 2 of her water bottles had been spilled. The big footprints worried her a lot. Someone had been very interested in why she was there.
Somebody spilled 2 of my water bottles right there. 8 liters of water gone, but I don't know why. I don't know why they were, look, see? And then over here, these are like literally footprints. I never go there. If I collect my snow, I go right on this path and I cross over here, and that's my spot right there. But look, they were actually, there's some more. Look at that. They came here, they were standing here, as you can see. Look at the footprints though, look at that. That's massive. See that? Like, this worries me, like, oh my God. Yeah, this has me really concerned. nothing's here because it's all melted already, but yeah, so, oh, here we go. Here's a couple right here, there, and there. Here's, there's my print again. Okay, there. Anyways, it's hard to believe just 4 days ago, and already Frosty is gone. You can hardly see any of the snow angels, and yeah. Okay, so it's now Sunday, February 13th, and last night it was a quiet night, thank God. I certainly don't want to be put in a situation where I have to use force, like where I have to, if somebody tried to break in my van, well, they would probably be the one getting hurt.
Even though the following night was quiet, she couldn't easily forget the fear she felt that early morning. She realized the person knew she was sleeping in the van because they knocked right by her sleeping area. She felt like she was being watched and knew she had to be more careful after such a creepy night. For more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like this video. Comment below which case you find the most horrifying. Don't forget to press the bell icon for future notifications. Stay safe out there.